Yes, guys, here we go. Welcome to another AE Club live stream. I love bringing you these live streams because it really gives us a chance to just talk golf. Now, I'm just going to make sure that my microphone is on here and that we're getting some good audio through this because it doesn't seem to be on. Oh, no. There we go. Let's plug that back in. You hopefully are hearing me a little bit better right now. Somehow my microphone wasn't quite in as much as I thought. Anyway, so let's get to this. I can see a lot of questions coming in down below. And just let me know, guys, if we actually have some decent audio here. We've got a host of questions coming in from all the pro members, and we're going to go through them first. Once we've gone through all those, we are then going to go through the questions that we are going to get here in the live stream. And if you're watching now, welcome. Don't forget, subscribe, turn the bell, and keep up to date with everything that we do here at Elliott Golf. It's just free, simple golf tips that are genuinely just out here to help you improve your golf to the best of your ability. So just pop any questions that you have down here below. I can see Brian has put one down here. We've got one from Peter. If you're just joining, just pop hello down there. I will go through these comments. And yeah, audio is fine. Perfect, Paul. Thank you. Just this wire here, little technical fault was coming out. I've got some cool stories to share with you tonight about this. And actually about the office room. We're moving office room at home at the minute. And we are in the process of making this look a little bit better. I've got all the flags. I don't know if anybody does this. I've got all the flags from when I have been to the Open Championship. So my aim is to get them all framed and just pop them all up here. And it'll be great to have it all on there. So Paul's here. We've got everybody joining here. Jeff, Jink, Vernon. We've got another one. Daniel, guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is great to have you all on here. And actually, I'd love to let us know where you're watching from. Actually, you know what, guys? I'm starting to think I need some glasses. I have to move this a little bit closer to read all your comments. This is hard for me to watch. You know what? We can do this on my area here on my phone. So we can watch and actually get all the comments live, which should be great because that way I don't have to squint. You guys can comment freely. And we can all keep up to date everywhere. So, as I say, guys, let me know exactly what you want to help with in your golf game. We've got several questions to go through from the pro members. And we're going to go through all of them first. If you are enjoying this, guys, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. We've got Jake from Huddersfield, Ricky Miller from Alabama, Ryan watching here from New Jersey, Chad struggling with the downswing. Guys, it's so good to hear so many of you are needing help. So, let me start off with a few of these questions. Now, I got asked this question as one of the pro members over my website, and he said, Alex, let me rephrase it. So it's quite a long question, really, but what is the point at which you would look at the hole when you're putting? So if you've ever seen Jordan Spieth, now a lot of people, if you're really struggling with those putts, like, you know, those sort of knee knockers, 3, 4, 5 footers, it's at that point where you're like, should I look at the hole or not? Now, I've got a little trick for you all. Let me know if you do this already, by the way. And keep saying hello, guys, if you're just joining. If you're like sort of 6, 7, 8, 10 foot out, I would never say, you know what, look at the hole. But what I would say is, I always look, imagine you put a quarter or a penny just ahead of the golf ball. Me speaking American and English there, guys. I always look just ahead of the golf ball, no matter what putt I'm hitting. I find, like, think about it logically, right? A lot of people, we hit a putt, we sort of hit to the ball. When I look just ahead, I have that whole idea of going through the ball. So it's almost like the expression that I tell a lot of my students is, it's almost like the ball gets in the way of the putter head swinging. And that would be the best way that I could say you should do it. Like, let me know, guys, in the comments if that's something that you're going to adopt. I promise you, take it to the course this weekend. We've only got one day for the weekend. Maybe we get to sneak you around tomorrow. Take that to the course. I promise you, just looking just ahead will free up that putting stroke. Guys, if you're just joining, as I say, hit the thumbs up button if you are enjoying this video, and let me know where you're watching from. We've got loads of people just joining. We've got Francesco from Italy. We've got another, Logan said hello. Logan, hello to you. Justin, asked a great question on where to hinge the wrist. Justin, we'll come to this question for sure. We've got John from Newcastle, Paul and Bambi from Utah. Chuck just started watching here from Nashville. Rick says a great question. I don't follow up. I don't have a follow-up. What do you mean I don't have a follow-up, Ricky? Let us know on that. Chad from upstate New York. Kristen, do you? Kristen DeMarone, do you? I feel there's a question coming here. Hello, man, from Italy. Kristen Jerome. Brian Starr, evening, Alex, dropping in from Portsmouth. Nice channel. No problem at all. John Kersey from Clitheroe. John, that is not far from me. I think we've actually got a lesson book, John, haven't we? In just after Christmas, I think, or just before. I can't quite remember, but I recognise your name. So let's dive into some more of these questions. Right, I'm going for a driver question we've got here from one of the pro members. And driver questions are funny, aren't they? And why I say they're funny is everybody wants to hit driver longer, right? Everybody wants to hit driver as long as they can. But this one's about tempo. Alex, what's the best way of getting tempo with your driver? Now, I actually think this is really important. And I'll be honest with you. On the golf course, I never think about hitting the golf ball a long way. Never, ever, ever with driver. Because I've been down that road, and let me know if you can relate to this, of where the first drive, pretty good. Okay, that's gone straight. Second drive, oh, hello, that one's gone straight as well. Third, oh, blooming heck, that's all right. And I get faster. I get faster and faster. And before you know it, I'm trying to hit 7 bells out of it. So one thing I've said to myself, and this is what I would really recommend this question, and to you all watching right now, is Justin said, congratulations on the baby. Thank you so much. If anybody saw that, we're expecting in April, which is really, really exciting. Maybe a golfer. So I was going with this. Lost my train of thought. Yeah. So on the golf course, I just simply think about my rhythm and my tempo. So I honestly, I swear by this. I don't have any other thought in my head. And I would honestly encourage you, try this weekend. When you go out, don't think of anything else. So if I said to you, right, I obviously can't stand up here, but I can. But if you think, right, my swing, I actually had this whole idea of going 1 up to hip height, 2 top of the backswing. And I have to literally say 1, 2. It's not 1, 2. It's 1, 2. 1, 2. And that really gives me a good idea of loading in that backswing. And the downswing is always obviously going to be a little bit quicker than your backswing. But then I should be able to say 3 from the top of my backswing all the way through to my follow through. And again, it's not 3 and over with. It's 1, 2, 3. And that's simple thought I have with drive every time. And for me, that allows me to sync up my body, my arms better, because my arms do a bit of work, even my wrists. All these little factors allow me, and I would say a lot of my students too as well, hit the golf ball straighter, because you've got more control at a slightly better tempo than when you're trying to lash at it. I promise you. And guys, let me know if you're going to take any of these little sneak peek little tips to the golf course. So before we go to some of all these pro questions, then we're going to get into all these questions here, guys. We're going to dive straight into these. I will scroll to the top and make sure we answer all of them. So if you're watching from the start, thank you so much. We will come to your question. And you can always watch this back as well. If you're not watching this live, welcome to the live stream. Also, if you have just joined, if you are enjoying them, guys, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. It really does help me. It helps the channel grow. We want to become the best, simplest place to learn golf on YouTube. And I really feel that we're getting a great community here, guys. So I want to thank you so much for that. Now, cool story. A few of you may know that I caddied previously. If you didn't, well, here's a little bit of a story, and I apologize if you've heard this before. I used to caddy for one of my really good friends, Tom Murray. Now, we had a European Tour card for a short while. We also played on the Challenge Tour, and this is where this story comes from. We played a Challenge Tour event at Mount Wosley, and Tom won. I was caddying for him. Tom won in the second hole of the playoff. It was an unbelievable experience, and over that period, that sort of 2 to 3 years I was caddying, some of the places in the world we saw and the golf courses were insane. I literally remember going into a locker room and Tom's locker being there. This is our first event, Leopard Creek. Actually, it's not far from, maybe it's next week, Leopard Creek, actually. Alfred Dunhill in South Africa. And we had a locker room. We had Francesco Molinari to the left. And we had, to our right, Sergio Garcia. And I'm like, is this real? Is this real? I'm just like a normal guy from Manchester. Is this real? But yeah, it was unreal. So let's start going through some of these questions, guys. Welcome if you just joined. Brian's asked a question here. Lee Sparrow, just extend later. Logan Mayer, Ricky. Right, okay, here we go, guys. Let's go to one of these questions. Let's go to the top here. From Brian Huntington. He said, having trouble with my takeaway. I freeze over the ball when I start my backswing. It all seems very erratic. I have no consistency with any of my shots. I was a 6.8 and I've now got up to 13.7 in a year. That's quite a big jump up, isn't it? From a single-figure golfer to sort of mid-teens now, and that is quite a big jump. So, Brian, I'm sure you've tried multiple things, but we need something that's realistic that you can go for on the golf course, right? One thing that I would say is, first thing, grip pressure. Let's soften that off. You've heard loads of these analogies about grip pressure. Think about you've got a tube of toothpaste in there and you don't want to squeeze it too tight. I think grip pressure really adds to the tension. So make it sort of a 5 out of 10 absolute max. Now, in reality, it's probably going to be a little bit more than that, but let's think about it sort of a 5 out of 10. I then, and I say this, right, I'm going to grab a golf club here for you guys so I can actually show you. Sorry if you're just going to see this golf club whiffling around. Let me take the head cover off for you. That's not even being hit. LTD XLS. Wow, beautiful club. So one thing I'd say is if you've got trouble taking that club away, make your whole routine fluid. So as you step onto the ball, keep everything moving from left to right, one look at target. And as you're looking at target, I would really recommend keeping that club waggling. That way, when golfers find it hard, I was in Kevin now, when golfers find it hard to take the club away, it's because we've stopped. We've got to that point where, right, I'm set up now, I need to go. We need to lose that whole idea. We really do. We need to be in that scenario where we're like, yeah, you know what, Alex? I'm going to be slow, smooth, and keep everything moving. That is something that I would strongly recommend. Justin McCurry, welcome to the Saturday Club. Justin, welcome to the live stream. Don't forget to put your question down below. Guys, it's so good to have so many of you on this evening. We just answered a question here on, you've got tension over the ball, and many of us might relate to this. And you can even probably relate to that, you know, when you're under pressure, like trying to beat your PB or beat one of your mates, take the beers off them, take the money off them, whatever it might be. Like, keep everything fluid. So, next question we're going here from Peter Jones. Hi, Alex. Having sorted out my driver and with your help and advice, unfortunately, I've been topping my fairway wood and hybrid when hitting them off the deck. What is the problem with me? Right. This is something that I see a lot of, right? A lot of us will go through that period of where, like, our woods are going great guns and then our irons go out the window. And when our irons go out the window, our woods become good. And then when our irons become good, our woods go bad. That's what I was meaning, you know. They swap over. And you get the point. But one thing I would say is if you're topping your fairway woods, and let's grab this golf club out here just to really dial in and explain this. And it doesn't take much, guys. It just takes a little bit of a change of that psyche in. And a lot of this with golf is if you get the understanding of what you're trying to do, you get a simple golf tip. Don't go down the route of complicated. You get a simple golf tip. You understand, get a simple golf tip. That's how you improve. We don't need to move our left bum cheek and da-da-da-da-da. Okay, sometimes there is an importance to that information, but let's keep it simple. So I know this is a driver, guys, so do forgive me that this is a driver, but I'm meant to be meaning this with a fairway wood and a hybrid, but I don't have that to hand. So let's imagine, right? This is our golf ball. This is our fairway wood. It's a big fairway wood. So if we're topping it, we're sort of working this club up too early, like that. Working it a little bit up like that. So one thing I would always say, treat your fairway wood and your hybrids when hitting them off the deck like an iron. And what I mean by that is we should have that sole idea of hitting down on the golf ball, right? Trying to bruise that golf ball, or bruise that ground, I should say, target side of that golf ball. You've got to think, all the technology is in the head. Like, it's got a bigger back to it than an iron. Both of them have. The center of gravity is lower and further back. All those factors will help you get the golf ball up into the air. And that's the way I want you to think about it, okay? That's the way I honestly really want you to dial up and think about your fairway wood. So if you're topping them, just like we had here from Peter, this is something I really want you to think about. Guys, got loads of questions coming in here. We've got member questions from the Saturday Club. Justin, he's asking some in here. Don't forget to pop it in. Also, guys, if you are worried about anything, just say maybe one of your mates has asked for it. Whatever, if you don't want to ask the question. But I'm here to help you play your best golf. So pop it down there if you want. So let's keep going down this list. So let's go down this list. Everyone saying hello, where they're watching from. From another one here, from Sirko. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. 0707. Why won't you post a video showing you playing a full round? Are you scared? No, we're not scared. Maybe no, I'm not. So essentially, what I wanted to do is create my channel here just simply for tips. But if you go and subscribe to How Good Golf, and the link to that is down below in here in the description, you can head over there, and I'm posting my course vlogs on that channel. So separate to the tips channel here, we've got another channel which is all about club reviews, the latest club reviews, which, by the way, they're all dropping in January, and you want some honest reviews. And I've now become independent, so I can do that. I can give you honest reviews. But also on that channel, I've actually played 2 course vlogs on that, one at Glen Eagles and one at the actual DP World Tour final stage qualifying school, where I said to myself, as soon as I make a bogey, you hear me right here, this is final stage, the day after they finished, as soon as I make a bogey, my round was over. How far do you think I got? After you watch this, head over there. So yeah, essentially, all the course vlogs are going to be going on a separate channel. That's how we've done it. So let's go to the question here. We're going for live. So to answer the question, no, we're not scared. Ryan here saying, hey, Alex, love the videos. Great to hear you love them. And that they help a lot. My biggest issue is 3-wood, 5-wood, hybrid in fairway or rough, either topping or chunking from New Jersey. So Ryan, I think what I just said before would really, really help you. But you mentioned lie there, right? And I often find club golfers, and I'm going to put myself in this category, I get a little bit greedy with a fairway wood. And what I mean by that is, like, if it's thick, rough, or sitting a little bit down, don't even attempt the fairway wood. Think hybrid or even an iron. Because you've got to think, right, the face is so shallow on a fairway wood. You've got to be perfect. And I mean absolutely perfect in order to get that strike, in order to hit that golf ball perfectly. So that ball sat down slightly, a bit of rough around it, whatever it might be, it's going to be super, super, super hard for you to get that strike, okay? Super, super hard. So, Ryan, one just to add to that for you there, Ryan from New Jersey, have a think about the lie. I always use this rule of thumb, and it takes a bit of time to gauge what we mean by 8 out of 10, but if your lie is not as good as an 8 out of 10, do not think about it. Do not think about it. Go elsewhere with it. Don't do it, okay? Don't use it. So let's go to another question here. Lee Sparrow saying, hi from Perth, Australia. Unbelievable. Logan Mayer from France. Andy Harris, watching Tiger, a bit rusty but cool. Oh, let's go on that, Andy. So what do we think of Tiger? You know, I think it's really funny. And correct me if I'm wrong here, guys. Look, when Tiger won the Masters last, right, I was crying. So I'm like a full-on big Tiger fan. But is the story, I can't believe I'm saying this. I think this is the way it's going. And guys, please get down in the comments. Correct me if I am wrong. But is the Tiger story getting a bit old? I've said it. And what I mean by that is he's coming back. He's better. He's injured again. He's coming back. When's he coming back? He's back. He's injured again. So he's come out and said he's going to play around 6 events next year. So we think about that. He plays probably 2 sponsors events, one being the Hero, one being the Genesis, and the other 4 are going to be the majors. So they're the events that he's going to play. But is he past it? I hate to say it. As I say, I'm a massive, massive Tiger fan. And I will go and watch a little bit after we finish this live. But I'm still here with you guys. So we will watch it later on. And let me know what you think. Is he gone? Is he not? Yeah. I can't believe I just said this. Vincent said, you're the man. Thank you so much. Paul said here, watching from Bristol, just repairing my golf stuff for a pairs comp tomorrow at Glamorgan Golf Club. Paul, good luck. Play well. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Go out there and enjoy it. You know this anyway, Paul. You've got it. Think about that rhythm. That's one thing I'd say. If you're playing a big comp, you're playing a pairs comp, play with a partner. Rhythm, rhythm, rhythm. Don't worry too much about anything, okay? So let's go through some more of these questions. Here we go. Justin McCurry. I said, Justin, I told you I was going to come to you. He said, should I hinge my wrists with driver when I do the same with my irons? Now, this is a great question. Now, one thing you've got to think about, the angle of the driver shaft to an iron shaft at address is always a little bit flatter. But the premise of this question is, yes, a little bit the same. Now, what I mean by that is, I'm not a big advocate of overly setting the wrist in the golf swing anyway. So I've actually, you know what, guys, got a bit of a bad wrist. I was about to do some filming today, but that movement really hurts. I think I've, don't know, overuse of the golf balls hitting into a mat. You know, when you hit into a mat a lot, and that's where it's come from. But yeah, so anyway, you don't want to hear about my ailments. So that backswing, we want to think about, I never want to set the wrists more than sort of, I would actually really say, grab the golf club, it's probably easier, than round about that angle. Don't be setting it 90, because the more you set it, the more your wrist will have to cup to accommodate. So I try and feel my club is sort of there. That's how I set it halfway back. And I feel that the same with my irons and my driver. That angle, not that angle. That angle, not that angle. The more you try and set the wrists, and this could be the reason why maybe slicing it or weaker shots there, Justin. The more you're trying to set it, okay, the more cupped you're going to get to accommodate that angle. It's simple. Your body can't do it. So I would say, think about less wrist hinge in general. We want some. That's power. That's angles. That's lag. Whatever you want to call it. But I'm always an advocate of less is a little bit more here in this instance. I hope that helps. Okay, got loads of questions coming in here. Keep firing them in here, guys. We're going to be here for a bit longer, so don't worry about this. So let's go where did we get up from here? Where was this last question from Justin? Okay, so Logan Mayer said, hi, Alex. I've been struggling with early extension impact. Is there any way you could help? Thank you. So, Logan, now, a lot of golfers struggle with early extension. And I'm going to be brutally honest with you because I want to help you guys improve. Like, sometimes this is just a lack of strength. And you could be strong, but lack of strength in the right areas. And just a little bit of a lack of flexibility, which is why it could happen time after time after time. I don't want that to sound harsh. It's not saying, Logan, you aren't flexible and you aren't strong. What I'm saying here is just not quite in the right areas, potentially. So I would actually have a look at like doing like some things from home, like better stretching for golf, a little bit of a wall set, little things you can do, right? And I actually put a program out on this on the AE Club, but I'll share with you. So I put like a little home program and it included like strengthen the core, strengthen the quads, strengthen the glutes, and improving the flexibility through the hips. Now, then the drill that I use for this, and this is really important, if you early extend, your body's getting taller through the golf ball. So the drill that I get a lot of people to do is I feel that they drop as they start down. So we feel that sort of drop down. And then as we're doing that, we're pushing our bum back, because this is the complete opposite that if you're standing up, you're doing, right? If you drop and push back with that bum, so trying to send that bum as far back as you can, you will really, really help yourself. So, in fact, I think I've got a reel here I can share with you from my Instagram. It's a very similar. I mean, I'm going to show you here. See, you can maybe potentially see this a little bit. It might be left-handed. I don't know if it's coming through like that. But essentially, if you can see that standing up, early extending now, and then I really then show. This is, I don't appreciate, you can go and watch this, guys, in your own time. But this really shows, watch this movement right here. This, so I wind it up. And then on the downswing now, I want you just to watch this key bit. This is the bit I'm talking about now. This drop. And then for this down the line aspect, I'm looking at the camera here, guys, sorry. And this down the line aspect, you can see that push back. That is what I'm meaning. We've got to feel the opposites in order to find that middle ground. And when I was saying about keeping things simple, just keep it simple. So really feel like you drop and push the bum back rather than standing up. That would be the way I would think about that, Logan. But maybe have a think about things we can just do from home to get a little bit stronger, a little bit more flexible, because that's the reality. And I want to be honest with you guys, right? So John watching here from Newcastle, Paul and Bambi from Utah, Chuck from Nashville, Rick Mary, don't follow up. Here we go. From Portsmouth, Brian Starr, John Kersey from Clitheroe, Vincent. So here we go. Mike Ackley. Sorry, I said that all wrong. Please follow through exercises we can do at home this winter. We've learned nicely onto this. Even if you just list from previous ones, love the channel. Michael, thank you so much for the support. Great to hear you're loving the channel. I really do hope it's helping you all. And if this is helping you, like, reach out to me. I love it when you guys either email me, put a comment down, comment on the community page, whatever it might be. I do this to help you play your best golf, right? That's honestly why I do this. Like, and to hear that you're beating your mates or whatever it might be is just mega. So yeah, please do let me know. So things you can do from home. I think I just sort of hit on that really there, Michael. Like, it is the fact that we could get a little bit stronger, a little bit more flexible over those winter months. I think would be something that would be great for you to do. Other things that I think about is doing some putting from home. But if don't worry, you have to buy anything. Grab 2 golf ball boxes and just practice. So imagine this is your putter, right? You put a golf ball box here, golf ball box here, and you got the idea of having to bring the putter back through that space every time. You'll be amazed how dialed your stroke will become. At first, your first will start and we'll hit the boxes. But you'll be amazed how dialed your stroke will become. I promise you, right? You'll feel like you've got total control of the putter. I mean, total control. I would really recommend dialing that in there, having a think about that, and think about putting, think about flexibility, and how else could we do this? Let's think about these are the things. I don't want to be swinging too much in the house, but yeah, I think just doing some flexibility, some stretching, 5-10 minutes a day, nothing crazy. But over the course of 2 months, 3 months, hopefully it's not longer than that, the winter. But yeah, you will feel honestly tons better when you get back on the golf course. That's something that I would really recommend, those sort of exercises. So, Jay Kimbo said, I've completely lost my driver and don't know where to start. Any good drills to gain confidence? So, Jay, I sort of said this at the start. John Kersey, I knew it was you. I remember the name. So, what I want you to think about here is, right, if you've seriously just lost driver, I mentioned this, get the tempo back. So, if you seriously lost it, this is what I do. I would hit some shots with my feet together. Feet close together as possible. Make them touch. Ball lined up directly in the middle. You're then going to make some swings where we swing back and around and hit the golf ball. This will force you to be balanced. This will force you to swing on balance in time, using the arms and body together as a unit. So please think about that. Think about that feeling, feet together, swinging that club round, hitting that golf ball away, hitting 10 shots with your feet together. If I lost my confidence, that is exactly what I would do. I promise you that. That's exactly what I would do. Let's dive through some more of these questions. We've got so many on here. Justin McCurry said, thank you. No problem at all. Let's keep going down. Where have we gone here? Right, I've lost where I'm up to here. So many questions, guys. Thank you so much. There we go. Found where we am. Could you help me with the early extension? Logan, we've already answered that question, so you can get in that. What junior golfer, what age did you start playing golf? Now, I was quite lucky, really. Guys, let me know when you started playing golf as well. I always find that quite interesting. I feel in the last maybe 2 years, 3 years, a lot more people have started playing golf. I really feel that. I was quite lucky, really, though. I started playing golf when I was 3-4 years old. But, I mean, just my dad took me to lessons and went and messed around with it. Then properly, I would say I had junior coaching from the age of sort of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I was like at 11 years old. I was like, yeah, I want to try and play. That was my dream. Unfortunately, that didn't come true, but we got the second best, I feel. Really do feel we got the second best. So, yeah, I was lucky. I started really quite young. Paul Bambi said, a tempo, but making sure you have the right ball for your swing speed as well. Now, this is a really, really important point. Having the right golf ball for your swing speed is probably the most misunderstood thing. And I think a lot of people don't look into this because, right, golf balls can be expensive if we're losing them a lot. But having the right golf ball for your swing speed will help you, honestly, maximize distance more than you think. But one thing you want to do is you don't want to get a golf ball that feels great off the tee and not by the green. You want to be finding a golf ball that is a bit of a compromise of everything. Gives you good distance, but gives you that feel around the green. And I always think you're almost like training off a little bit of distance for that potentially sometimes. Obviously, some of us hit the unicorn and we get the right ball that just gives us everything, but it doesn't always happen. But yeah, I would say getting the right golf ball, Paul and Bambi, is very, very important. So Noel said hi from Dublin. Hello, Noel. Wayne Brunton said, hi, Alex. I love watching the content. I have improved a lot since watching your videos, especially my short game, still working on driver. Wayne Brunton, thank you so much. Let me know. It makes my day when I hear that. So great to hear that these tips are really helping you. Logan Mayer said, could you help me with the extension? We've gone through that. Lee Sparrow just did extended. Brian Starr. Just watch the Project Harrington chipping video. Lovely. Brian, great to hear you like that one. So that was last night, I think. And it's all about chipping, Jill, that Project Harrington has been saying everybody should try. It's like, get the ball forward. I won't give you too much more. I would say if you're chipping down the dumps, go and watch that. Now, tonight's video is an important one, actually. After you finish this live, I would recommend it, right? So it's about that driver position. So the big question is, let me know what you think down in the comments. Here's me trying to multitask here. Should your driver sit like this? Should it be flat or should it be more sort of toe up in the air? Now, so many golfers, when I ask them this question, they come to me for a lesson, they get this wrong. You've got to have it right. You've got to have it right. Because actually, going up this end, you alter where it's at address. You actually alter where you put your hands on the club. And then where your hands on the club has a massive impact on your speed, your control, and where your club face is going to point. So it sort of extends up that way. Let me know what you think. Should it be toe down? Should it be flat? Or should it be toe up in the air? So, Michael Askley said, recommend your channel all the time. I wish I could organize tips better. Too many good ones. Michael, thank you so much for recommending. I really do appreciate that. So from Rob here, well said, Alex. Thank you for your sound advice. I love how you look to those before you. Mo Norman was amazing. You should do a dive into Paul, Little Poison, Runyon. Thank you, Paul Runyon. Yes, what a great idea that is, Rob. Great to you enjoyed the videos. What a great idea. Keep your eyes on the channel, pal. Yeah, I'm going to be one for you there. You've got one here. Here's some Flo. What ball are you playing? Seeing the Vice logo. Cheers from Munich. So, Flo, I've been using the Vice golf ball now. I've been using it, I'm going to say, over the start of summer. Now, this is a golf ball that before I started working with Vice, and I can say this because I actually tried the golf ball before doing this. I wanted to make sure it's a golf ball that I actually liked using, and then I partnered with Vice. So I used the Vice Pro Plus. I went through their website and sort of went through my ball speed, my club head speed, what I like about a golf ball, what I want in a golf ball, and it came out, try the Vice Pro Plus. So they sent me a few before we started the partnership. I used them, loved them. I feel like I sort of got a bit of a unicorn in that, in terms of like, there's always a bit of a trade-off between distance and sort of feel on the green. You always got to have that. But I feel like I've got a ball that I can really trust. And guys, I'm a big, I like the loud stuff. So I've gone for the drip line in a lot of them. And I love the lime drip line. That's really nice. But I also love, so you see these ones here? These are, don't fall down, please, my Jenga. These ones are the Go Nuts. They did these with Rochester. They do like really cool collaborations that are, you know what, great Christmas presents, great little wrap-ups. I would definitely say that. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Vice Golf Ball. As I say, I'm saying that because it's something that I used before I started working with them. I want to repeat that again. Like, I used the golf ball and then we started working together, rather than like I'm using it because I'm working with them. Do you know what I mean? I wanted to make sure it's something that I really like, I trust, and I can really honestly recommend to you guys. So yeah, it's a really nice cool golf ball, different colorways. You can just go plain white if you want. You can put your own logos on it, like I put my logo on it, but you could literally put anything on it. Get someone, I'm going to say anything, some like a cool little thing for someone's present. I really would recommend. So Flo, yeah, I've been using those. Hello from Munich. So David Ewing said, hi there, fancy working with an ex-golf pro who has a spinal cord injury. I was told in April 22 that I would not walk again, but walking again and playing golf, but handicap has gone up from 717. David, great to hear that you're walking and that you're playing golf. Like, sorry to hear that you had an injury. yeah, let's try and get something sorted. I would love to do that. If it's a little bit of a collaboration, I'm all for that. God, I just hope you're okay. Like, I'm great to hear. The best thing is that you're out playing, and then maybe we can get your handicap down to 7, near 10, something like that would be really cool to sort of see that progression. Another one here from Francesco Mazzotti. Oh, we had Francesco on Ari then. Not that I'm not excited, Francesco. No, I'm not excited. But I read it. I was like, blooming heck. Still, let's go through this. Logan, try this. The back of your backswing, your right knee, never more advanced than your left knee. As a consequence of your weight, moves into your left turn. This is some great advice by Francesco. Logan, have a look at that. I mean, I mentioned it earlier. But yeah, really feel, I'm going to demonstrate it, guys, to show you. You've got to feel this, right? You might lose me for a second here, audio-wise, but let me show you. So we're talking about downswing. We've got to have that action. And then I appreciate it looks like I'm dancing here. As we start down, if you early extend your work that way, we've got to feel like we really push that bum back and practice that move. Because essentially, that master looks quite strange. Essentially, that move is the opposite to early extension. So something that I would really, really, really think about trying. Now, let's go through some more of these questions. I keep losing where we're up to here, guys. There's so many of them. Thank you so much. Right, okay. Here from Allen and Company Chartered Tax Consultants. How come you have a Mount Wosley flag? It's my home course. What are the chances of that? Alan, I really do hope you're watching. What are the chances of that? Oh my God, I'm made up. So I'm sorry, guys, if I forgive me and put hearing this not the 15 millionth time. But I was caddying for a friend who won a challenge tour event there, Tom Murray. And sorry guys, I robbed the flag off your 18th and I got him to sign it. So when everybody was cheering him, I went there, turned it off, whipped the flag off, and I've got it here. Yeah, it's going to be framed. I'm going to get all my open ones all framed here. This is going to be looking really spick and span. So when we go live again at some point, you will hopefully have this looking a little bit more like a studio, is what I would say. So, Alan, I can't believe that. That is unbelievable. I can't believe that the same golf club. David Johns, make a good YouTube series for sure. Francesco, sorry, I meant in the downswing. So, guys, it's great this. I mean, I love this. We're all trying to help each other down in the comments here. This is unbelievable. So, from Michael Carton said, hello from Carlo, Ireland. Love your channel, using your tips and ideas to improve my golf. Keep up the good work. Great, love that. Are you still experimenting with the Japanese putter grip? Michael, I've been using that Japanese putter grip. So many of you were like, guys, right? What do you think of them? And honestly, I put my hands on the golf club this way every time. I don't know if anybody's tried it. If you haven't, go and check out that video. It's about 3 or 4 days ago, maybe a week ago, actually. It's a cracker. Like, it really just frees you up. And the golf club just feels like evenly balanced between both hands. And those shoulders sit quite the same, which is mega, which gives you that freedom just to go, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna make that putt. Okay, guys, let's go to some more of these questions. Justin said here, I bought some Piper balls from Amazon and really like them for the price. Great to hear, Justin. Sovereign, make it fun and take nothing serious. All it takes is one good ball. 100%. I couldn't agree with that more. All it takes is just one good golf ball because you've got in that one good shot and it brings you back, doesn't it? It just brings you back. Right, guys, got a couple more questions to go through here. Here we go. Here one from Helen Dodsworth. How do you adjust your stance and setup in the wet, hard pan sand? This is a great question. Now, Helen, when you're hitting a bunker shot, when the sand's nice and fluffy, I'm going to say midsummer, but usually it's hard and wet here all year round. I live in Manchester. If nobody's familiar with the UK, Manchester is probably the wettest part of the UK. Yeah, not great. So fluffy sand, imagine this is my golf club. I want it to glide through that sand. Now, when the sand is hard and compact, if I tried to glide it through, I could bounce it. And that's when you start to blade it. So you want to not be as wide in your stance, going to be a little bit narrower, move the ball a little bit further back, and play the shot with a bit more of a squarer face. This way, the leading edge will dig, and that's what you want it to do when the sand's hard, dig for you and allow you to pop the ball up. Now, bear in mind in these situations, Helen, if you did create a lot of spin on your previous technique when the sand nice and fluffy. On this technique, you won't. It will be a little bit more of a lower shot, not a lot of spin. I mean, I anticipate it might roll out a little bit more is what I'm saying there. Helen, I really do hope that helps. So from Richard Curran here, said, Helix, blessings from El Paso, Texas, USA. Thank you so much, Richard. Blessings to you. Could you please explain the difference between driver with a stiff shaft and one with a regular one, or one with a senior one? Trying to improve mine, I'm 55. So essentially, think of the driver shaft as the golf club's way of coming back to square and delivering the most power. Now, if you had a driver shaft that is too stiff for you, and this is all relative to the person, what we tend to see is the golf ball always go to the right. If your driver shaft is too stiff, you will find it very, very hard to square this face. If it's too flexible, you'll start to see quite erratic shots, ones that go high with a lot of spin, low, medium, like a bit all over the place. The objective of a shaft is to bring the golf club back square every time. Now, the shaft actually, in the downswing, bends, I can't do it, in that direction, like that. It sort of goes like this. It also twists as well, so it has torque. And the whole objective is to find a shaft that matches your properties of your swing directly. So if you're a slower swing player playing with a shaft that's too stiff, you'll see a lot of right shots. I would really say if you're like a low 80s driver, you want to be looking at maybe sort of a senior flex and 80s to 90s in sort of regular to sort of stiff, and then 90 plus into that stiff. And we're talking about club head speed there. You want to think of your driver shaft as giving you the best chance of hitting it as far as you can. So guys, I'm going to go through a few more of these questions. If you have asked these questions, don't worry, we will be going live again. It's so good to have you all on here. If you are enjoying this video, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Smash that subscribe button if you've not already. Guys, it's so good having so many of you on here. I really am overwhelmed with the support. It's been a mega year helping so many of you. I appreciate it. It's a little bit of the off season now, and we're sort of thinking about our game. How can we get it better for next year? But my aim is to sort of keep you ticking through the winter, right? So when you get to April next year, this is your point. Just keep it ticking. Get to April next year and when flying out those blocks where you beat all your mates. That's sort of what I want you to think about this period as. So let's go to two more questions here. Daniel Pierce, thoughts on a golf simulator? Just use it to keep the swing in motion. Don't love or hate the numbers. Any thoughts? Daniel, it's a great question, this, because I promise you this, you can go crazy on numbers. I've done it. And I would say a simulator is great. And what I'd use it for is to work out my yardages over the winter. And what I mean by that is dial it up, where you play some games with yourself of, right, okay, if I hit 7.9, can I keep it between, let's say you hit 7.9, 150, can I keep it between 140 and 160 every time? And that's the way I would use a simulator. If you've got club data and you're trying to improve going from out to in to out, then yes, it's very important. But what I'd say is if you've got 50 balls in a simulator, go technical for the first 20, next 30, play a game like I mentioned about the yardages. That's exactly how I would work this. Hope that helps, Daniel. If you've got one or you're thinking of getting one, I hope that really does help. Here we go. So a little last question here. Let's go to Parsky. I always see you guys comment on here. So what do you think of choking down the club a little bit? I saw a tip from another YouTube video and tried it. It was great results. I felt I had more control of the club head and I could stay down better. That is a great question. So what we're referring to here is if you've got your club here is going down the grip, leaving a little bit more at this end. Now, one thing I'd say is you're shortening the lever. So it tends to obviously make it a little bit easier to control. I think your sand wedge is a little easier to control than your driver. So I would say, yes, it's good to do it. And I would say with your scoring irons, possibly something you should maybe think about doing majority of the time. If you're on a tight par 4, maybe think about going down an inch on the driver. These are all things, if they help you feel better, they give you more confidence. This is what I think a lot of people forget. If you've got to hit a shot and just get it going in the right way, you've got to feel comfortable and you've got to feel and do things that make you comfortable. So gripping down a little bit, I have no problem with that at all. Guys, thank you so much for joining me on this evening's live stream. It's been brilliant to have so many questions on here from AE Club members, Saturday Club members, It's brilliant to have you all on here, and all of you. It's so good. I want to say thank you so much for the support. This is the time, right, though. So over the next 2 to 3 months, we're going to be looking at dialing your game in to prepare it for April next year. So every single one of these videos, little tricks, little tweaks, are all aimed to help you become the best golfer next year. Like maybe wherever you're watching from, you're lucky enough, this is your summer in Australia, for example. These will still be current for you. You can take these straight on the golf course. But these are little things you can do from home. Think about, feel, just get that feeling, get that idea. And honestly, I really know that you'll play your best golf next year. Guys, thank you so much for watching. This is your home of free, simple golf tips here on YouTube. I love spending time with you. And thank you so much for spending your Thursday evening with me.